You would just sum it up for us, right?
Look, I think with or without the Vidali, we would still be doing what we want.
Yeah.
And I think it's quite dangerous to put the Vidali as such a important thing that it kind of diminishes everything else.
Yeah, exactly.
So even if you don't tell us that we should do. I mean, besides, apart from the theme and...
I think it's not just one major. It's not just one major. Because the most simplest is, of course, people talking about the number of business. And this is always government standards that are concerned about. And because I'm working in a museum, I understand this very well. Because in a museum, always you compare the number of visitors, and if it's more than, they accuse curators. But I have been always feeling that it's not only the measure, but how you can measure other factors, like the reputation of the ordinary visitors, the general public, the reputation among journalists, for professional people, other curators, other scholars. They are all different.
The interview site this time, you reassess exercise the artists, I mean, it's covering. I don't know if this was your goal, but it's covering results more or less. So this idea, the vector structure, the idea of really kind of follow on the go, picking artists and bringing them all here. That's obviously one of those main ideas of the exhibition. And of course, there's one debate going on about this. This maybe is one of the functions. This is one that leads to success on various like artists encounters and encounters with the public and personal we all know a lot of success. So I mean there must be a reason why Follow, I would say Follow was kind of given hand credit kind of model which is existing. And I would rather like to know what do you believe in as a curator? Why do you believe in that model?
I mean, it's something I think about. Personally, I was very interested in experimental models, curating. I teach the thing. I love all these kind of really weird kind of experimental projects which have happened over the last 100 years. But maybe there is a model which is an exhibition where artists come, which actually just happens to be this simplest way that something, it's like if you design a fork any better than a fork is, perhaps you can make the three prongs to two, and that detail. I mean, these questions are interesting to me. I believe the Berlin Biennale now is trying to push the thing. Maybe it alienates audiences even more, I don't know. I mean, Manifesta is trying to do something interesting. This kind of pushing model is maybe a concern very much for the curator's world, and I think I'm very interested in that, but actually being involved in this, it's kind of made me think, actually, what's wrong with an exhibition like this? It's actually a very constructive and interesting way of bringing artists together, maybe central place. As a model, is it really redundant? I mean, these questions should be asked, and I think they're very important.
I'd like to go back to Jennifer's question about success. And some of you may know I've been back here in Singapore for less than 2 years. And from my experience, it's been quite a challenging environment to work in. And from my experience, there are all these elements of the whole art structure that do exist in Singapore. Somehow they don't work together to create this kind of energy, this kind of community. And that's what I'm hoping that the Biennale here will create. and it will all drive these systems together and make it a place where art can but also, more importantly, I also think that I see the Biennale as a way to generate interest in Singapore internationally, in the arts scene, to show that there is an interesting context here in Singapore that artists can make.
Talking about that, this being the very first international event in terms of contemporary work, and knowing that we haven't really had an art audience for this. We can talk about international shows in England, in all other places. There's already a long tradition, so it's easy to kind of get everyone involved. But in Singapore, on top of that, you have very different racial culture. And how are we going to kind of be connected with people who has no ideas as to what contemporary art is about? And I think this would be probably, it's of course too early to say now, but it would probably be one very challenging problem.
We're all very conscious of that.
Too little people signed up. So very often where we organize workshops, but we have to cancel it last minute because we don't have enough people. So this is our problem here.
I was thinking, like, from a personal point of view, like, when I just came back to Singapore, I really like one thing that really wowed me was the art community, because I felt that it was something that's really close knit. They supported each other, went to each other's shows. When I asked for help, it's very forthcoming. People are very open with their where they get stuff from. If I say I need something, they'll go with me to shop and help me get it. And these things were really, everybody's helping each other, and it's because you feel like everybody's against you, funding, and you really need to stick together to get anywhere. And sometimes I wonder whether the Biennale is this thing that's meant to help us so much and come here, and then we hear all this stuff. There's some sort of resistance now, especially like the way Biennale was organized, where everybody in Singapore, open call for everybody, everybody sends some stuff, then there's a divisiveness between those who get in and those who don't. It's kind of some sort of you got in, like, more rejected, that sort of thing. And also, like, when you say as, this is a great opportunity for, all the tourists going to be here, everybody from all overseas, and this is the time where it's going to be promoted. Now's the time to everybody, get out your stuff, and and I can imagine everybody rushing for exhibition spaces, all trying to get this audience which is limited, which is seen as limited, and I want my piece of the pie. And I wonder whether it would create a sort of, like, everybody fighting for a piece of the pie, instead of creating something which is helping everybody, but everybody's thinking as, it is my chance to show it, it's my one chance to show it. And, instead of, like, appreciating, look, this is a chance to see my friend's work. It's not, I'm having shows anytime with my friend, and I want this audience to, come to my show, or come to my talk, come to my workshop, come to me. And I just wonder, like, if it's promoted that way, it's like, this is your one chance, in a lifetime, and everybody's doing this, then does it promote this, what will happen to this community which has been so far has been everybody, honestly, like, one of the things I like this, the art community is laid back, it just does its stuff, and it just shows it, and spaces like P10, and, people like Jennifer have been doing this out of their own, no funding, and just doing it, out of the love for art. They love art, they're a big fan of art. And a lot of things happen because, everybody does things because they love art and they enjoy seeing each other's work. And it just comes from that. And when this competitiveness comes in and this thing like, this feeling like, I'll only make it big if I'm in the Biennale, or I'll only make it big if I'm taken in by an outside curator from America, sees me, outside gallery from America sees me, takes my work, and I'll become make famous, that kind of thing. And I'm also getting, I'm part of this, but I'm also sensing this type of fear, and I'm getting insecure as well. I'm thinking, this is my one big chance if I miss it, If it's crap work, I did it, And I'm getting nervous about spaces, again, nervous about wanting, what am I doing for that? Because I'm scared, because it's kind of this feeling that, this is it, Singapore's never going to put in money again, and this is it. It's not fair, there's never another chance.
Then